Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome inside the Centennial Sports Arena, where tonight the rivalry is renewed. The Blaine Bengals and the Centennial Cougars meeting in boys hockey. John Edden, glad to be with you on North Metro TV this evening for what looks to be a great Northwest Suburban North matchup between a 9-4 Bengals team against an 8-3-1 Cougars team. The Bengals have won 4 in a row coming into tonight. The Cougars have won 4 of their last 5. They're putting up gaudy numbers when it comes to scoring. And leading the way for each of these teams, well, let's take a look at their top 2 scorers. For the Blaine Bengals, it's Landon Steffen, 15 goals and 11 assists, leading the way for a team that's averaging 5 goals per game this season. Steffen, strong as a sophomore, really coming on to this Blaine team and filling some shoes. For the Centennial Cougars, it's Jordan Newpower, 15 goals on the season, although 2 guys right on his heels. Van Tassel has 14, Carls has 13. This is a squad that's averaging 6.5 goals per season, and Newpower lighting the lamp regularly for this Cougars team. A lot of talent on the ice tonight for these top teams in boys hockey in the region. We're excited to see them match up tonight, and then we'll do it again on Saturday night. That's right, they play almost back-to-back with their matchups. The first is this evening, and we drop the puck shortly here on North Metro TV. Both teams out on the ice ready for tonight's matchup. The 9-4 Bengals under Chris Carroll in his 7th year has 120 wins. And on the other side, you can see Rich Menny in his 9th year with 143 wins with his 8-3-1 squad. Players on the ice. Let's get through the starters quickly. For the Bengals, Ryan Wallen will be in goal. In front of him defensively, Finn Loftus and Noah Hitchcock. The forwards are Landon Steffen, Ben Walrath, and Matt McKinstry. On the other side for the Cougars, it's Jack Fuller in net. We'll talk more about that as we go on. Mason Wisterstill and A.J. Lemaire are the defensemen. Brody Pass centering a line with Henry Bartle and Owen Van Tassel on the wings. Blaine is always in their two-tone blues, red, white, and black for the Centennial Cougars. The home squad tonight, decent crowd on hand. It's hard to judge crowds during these times, since they are limited. Who knows how many people were trying to get into tonight's matchup. Yet another meeting between these two teams. Teams that split the series a year ago, both winning at home. Cougars won 6-4 on their own ice last season. Off the drop of the puck, one back by Blaine to Hitchcock. They move left to right and dump it in to the offensive end. Picked up by Fuller. A little struggles there for Fuller, who got the start in the last game for Centennial after playing the final 2 periods of the game prior. So he has seen some heavy time as of late, stepping in front of Leo Troji, who had been the top starter for this team. A couple of shots towards Fuller, and finally Centennial's able to work it out of the zone. They get it ahead, and then the captain, Henrik Bartle, dumps it in and goes off on a change. Troji is in uniform on the bench for the Cougars. But again, it's Fuller starting tonight, coming off a 5-2 win against Champlain Park after being a part of a 7-2 loss to Maple Grove. Both goaltenders giving up goals in that defeat. Newpower poked off the puck. We highlighted him in the pregame show. He gets it into the corner for Carls. A.J. Carls looking to get it towards the middle. Has control, hands it off. Driving in as Newpower puts it to the front of the net. It's stuck in the crease. No real shot there. Now poking at it in attempts, and this one covered up by Wallen. Looked like Jacob Hoylo had come in tight there to put some pressure on near the end. Yeah, it was Hoylo. Initially Newpower, and then a pad save by Wallen. And it kind of gets stuck between the skates, and Newpower's stick all caught up. You saw Hoylo coming in at the end there. Glove side draw in front of Wallen. Puck played to the far side boards by Blaine. Trying to work it out, held in at the blue line. And now the Bengals do send it down to the near side. Poilo crashing in, pushes it back into the Bengals end, and they come right out with it. Skating up ice is Dane Anderson. He'll dump. Fuller can't slow it down behind the net. Played into the corner. Picked up by the Bengals. Looking for a centering pass. There, got into some traffic and bounced awkwardly right towards Fuller. He's able to stop and cover up. We're still scoreless early on. So 5 total games for Fuller, 3 starts. And again, saw 43 minutes on Tuesday. And then played the entire game against Champlin Park on Saturday. The win. Puck brought along the near side. So those games mean that he's played about a third of the games for the Cougars to this point in the season. And he increases that percentage today. Blaine dumping it into the offensive zone. Giving chase for the Bengals was Andrew Swanson. The junior couldn't get control of it. Now the Cougars, Carter Korkowski works it out. The senior's pass ahead is dumped into the offensive zone by Drake Ramirez, the sophomore. Blaine player gets upended. We've got a tripping call coming. Going down to the ice hard that time was Adam Hooter, the sophomore. And we have our first penalty of the evening. One of the interesting things about these two teams, they're great scoring teams. Excuse me, it's not a trip call. Do the checking from behind there. Penalty called on Isaac Ankrum. Fourth time he's been penalized this season. Both these teams have excellent power play units. Again off the cross check. 2 minutes. First set up by the Bengals. Foiled. Now a turnover right in front of the save with the stick. Oh my! Wallen dives in front in desperation. We'll give it part skill, part luck, but he made contact with that puck to deflect it up and over the crossbar. Would have been a horrible shorthanded goal for the Blaine Bengals to give up early. Now they work it on offense and send it into Fuller, who makes the glove save. 1:23 remaining on the power play. Take another look at this. Mishandled in front. Tried to pass it away right to the defender, but he dives and gets it out of there with a stick. What a save by Wall. Saving his own bacon after that turnover right in front of the net. Here, shot from the slot. Stopped by bodies in front. Making sure he gets it back. Sends a pass across. This one deflected. Blaine going for it. Both players end up on the deck. Loose puck out to the blue line. Held in by the Bengals. They move it to the front. Steffen with a shot. That one off the shoulder of Fuller. He gets a save, shutting down Landon Steffen. And this puck cleared to the other end. Just around a minute to go on the power play. Bengals this season, 8 for 24. That's 33% on the power play. They've had a good push here, and other than one rough turnover right in front of their own net, having a solid power play. This puck brought in, and now a whistle comes as it was being brought across. There was an offside, so it was about to be turned over, it looked like, but instead we'll get a face-off just outside the Cougar zone. Centennial, on the other hand, 80% on the penalty kill this season, stopping 24 of the 40 that they've seen. Neither have team with 100 penalty minutes this season, so they don't spend that much time in the box. Puck dumped ahead by Joe Penner. The junior sends it in behind the net. First man on it is Korkowski. Moved up the wall. Connor Thompson able to get it out of the zone. Carls brings it into the offensive zone, then sends it back. Korkowski, some struggles, then he's able to clear it. Wallen stops it behind his own net. Pass out to the far side. Brought into the offensive zone, controlling his Ty Bunis. Sends it around down to the near side, but nobody's home, and this puck deflects and will clear all the way. First player on it was Hitchcock. Hitchcock under some duress. Centennial with a good PK here. They put on some pressure, and they kill the time. The power play is done. Penner sends this pass forward. Lemaire intercepts. The Cougars dump it into the offensive zone. Hard bounce off the boards, but able to get onto it quickly was Nate Schaefer for the Bengals. Hand it off to Hitchcock. He works it up the ice. Good passing. Penner has it, and he'll dump it in for the Bengals. Lemaire, first man there, whips it around the boards. Unable to hold it in was Canaveri. We go to the other end. Puck to the far side for Finn Loftus, the captain, trying to play it forward. This puck got caught up in the jersey of Alex Ernest. So we'll get a whistle and a face-off coming near mid-ice. 12 minutes remaining in the first period, no score. Blaine leading in shots on goal 3-2. They came up empty on their first power play of the night. Face-off won back by the Cougars. Skating it in is Mason Wistersill. The captain dumps it into the offensive end. Now caught up on the half wall near side. Krokowski waiting at the top. See if it slips to him. But both teams keeping it low. Finally worked into the corner. Possession. Well, a centering pass from Centennial. Nifty move that time by Isaac Ankrum to make something happen. Now the Bengals do get it out of the zone. Looking ahead for Ernest. It's wiped away by the defense and moved back out to neutral ice. Both teams poking at it, bouncing puck, and puck was played to the high stick, but they're going to let that one go, and it's tipped into the Bengal bench. We'll get a face-off from right there. So we talked about Fuller and his limited experience being the secondary goalie for this squad, but a 3-0 record at 2.16 goals against average to go along with an .886 save percentage and a shutout this season. Got the shutout in the 19-0 Coon Rapids win the Centennial had. It was a massive blowout. Centennial unable to maintain possession in the zone. Bengals take it the other way. Pass up ahead. McIndry knocked off the puck. Down to the corner. Everson got it out to the far side. Carls loses control as he tries to carry it up. Gets support from behind. Now poked off the stick of Everson. Towards the front shot. Goal! No, that did not get in. My apologies. Shielded by one of the defenders for Blaine. I thought that one got in. Here a shot pad save made by Fuller. 10:20 to go in a still scoreless game. Puck dumped in, but too long on Lemaire, sliding that forward, and icing is called. 10:14 to go in the period. See if this was as obvious as just missing wide there. I think it was Hitchcock that was blocking my view. I'm glad we have Rob working the camera down in the corner there to give us the good view. Glove side draw in front of Fuller. One back to Korkowski. Plays it up the far side boards. Good feet forward. Brody pass gets it into the offensive zone. And we get a whistle. The face-off will come back at the other end as the pass was a little too long. Icing called with 10:04 remaining in the first period. So another draw to the stick side of Fuller. Pass against Bunis. Pass wins it over to his side, and it's taken the other end by Bartle. Bartle takes a wrister, pad save. Rebound goes into the corner. Nicely worked up by Penner. He got it out to neutral ice. Cougars to Hoylo near side, and he'll dump it into the offensive zone. Goes to the far corner. Spinning puck first played by Nate Schaefer. Down to the near side. Pass across off the stick of Dane Anderson. He's able to recover enough to dump it into the Centennial zone. Most of the Bengals off on a change. Cougars, Korkowski backhands it up ice. Now it's chipped forward and nicely done on sides that time by Bartle to keep things moving. Go back the other direction. Wister still gets to it. Hands it off to Lemaire. His feet forward. Picked up by Bartle. Now Lemaire once again. He gets into the offensive zone. Clean. Lemaire centers a pass. Man on the other end couldn't connect. He was looking for Ankrum. Now a pass to the middle. Again, they were looking for Ankrum. Off a skate, it deflected away from him. Ramirez Kicks this one towards the top. Steffen steps in front. He has control. That's a Luke Steffen, by the way. Now it's jumped into the offensive zone by Ernest. Hitchcock trying to hold the zone, able to do so. Luke Steffen behind the net, couldn't get control. It's worked out of the zone, up ahead by the Cougars. They lose it, and it's dumped right back in by the Bengals' Ben Walrath. Puck battled down into the corner. Cougars have it. Anderson leads it back. This is Wister still from behind his own cage. The captain sends it long. Got deflected by a Blaine player, so we go on. Ramirez trying to track that one down behind the net. Bengal lost the skate. Now Ramirez has it. Little room to work with. The Cougars start to set up. They send the puck behind the net looking for Connor Thompson. He doesn't get clean control of it. Now it's worked up to the half wall and sent across. Ramirez looking to hold the zone. He's able to do so. Bengals lost an opportunity to get it out to neutral ice. For the Cougars, Cade Anderson working towards it in the far corner. Connor Thompson helping him out. Pair of Bengals in the area as well. Nate Schaefer watching from in close. Puck worked around to the near side corner, and we get a hard push into the boards on the far side. Take a look at the standings in the Northwest Suburban. We talked about how strong these teams have played, and yet look at the top two. Maple Grove undefeated and over just the one loss. Then you get to the Bengals, who are tied with Rogers in the standings, a half game ahead of these Centennial Cougars. So really, you look at that top five, and there's a clear separation, with the worst of the top five being at 8-3-1, and then the next teams in the Northwest Suburban all below 500. Penalties going both ways. So with the offsetting, we continue with 5-on-5. 7:40 to go in the first period. Here a centering pass, and it's sticked away by Wallen. Wallen 9-3 with a 3.35 goals against average and a 904 save percentage. He has a pair of shutouts this season, including in their very last game against Anoka. He has been the clear number one all the way through. Kaysen Rainier has seen a little bit of time in net, 89 minutes total this season, but even more distinct split between Wallen and Rainier than you have between Fuller and Troji, who we talked about earlier. Off the draw, the Bengals get a wrister away. That one ends up in the near side corner. Scoreless game. Cougars have had better chances all told here. Of course, the one outstanding chance they couldn't connect on, thanks to a diving stick save by Wallen. Off an icing call, face-off coming back in front of Fuller momentarily. Let's watch it again. We can watch it all night. It might be the best save you see all season. Although for Wallen, all he's going to remember is that he turned the puck over right in front of the net. Maybe. Off the draw. Puck played off the backboards. Able to push it out of the fray was Brody Pass. Works it up the boards, and it got out of the zone for a moment. Blaine touches up and goes back in. Fuller, under some duress, gets a pass away. Everson looking for some help. Sends it down to the near side. That one out of the reach of Bartle. Dumped back in by the Bengals. Cougars whip it out to the far side. This is Van Tassel. Van Tassel turns it over. Now a shot from in tight, and that one right in to the midsection of Fuller. He holds on cleanly. Take another look. It's the turnover. Bengals right there, and Dane Anderson sending it in hard, but right in to the middle. Off the draw, puck kind of stayed on the dot, and the two players fighting for it moved to the side. Someone else got a hold of it, sent it towards the net, but not really a shot on goal. Shots on goal in favor of Blaine, 5-4 at this point. We're in the Bengal end. Wallen watching, pads up against the post to the far side. Squirts out, and the Bengals get it to Ernest. Ernest will send it ahead. Fuller stops it behind his own net. Steffen gets a hold of it, a backhander. Now it's into traffic. That was Luke Steffen, his attempt not there. Pass up ahead for the Cougars. Good passing. Now a feed across. Finally the defense. He got a hold of it. Nice job by Nate Schaefer. That poke check. This is Schaefer with it from in front of his own net. Sends a long pass up to Steffen. He did not get a piece of it, and an icing is called. Luke Steffen thought he did, apparently. But the official said otherwise, and an icing brings it back in front of Wallen. This quick pass from right behind, but then it's Schaefer able to knock it out of there and shut down the opportunity for the Cougars. Bengals have 26 goals during their 4-game winning streak. So this is a team that was kind of a every other game winner early in the season, who has come on strong as of late. Loftus hands it off to Matt Mickinger. Now up ahead. Wistersill intercepts a pass. Man lost the stick. That was a Bengal. Steffen. Wistersill with a backhander towards the net. That got deflected away. Cougars get it over to Wistersill once again. He had to take it out to neutral ice and dump it back in. Genevieve sending it forward. Good feed forward. This is Isaac Ankrum for the Cougars. Ankrum gets to the front of the net, takes the shot off the side of the cage on the near side. Looked like he was going to go far post. This shot, a glove save made. Everson tried to keep Wallen, catch him sleeping, that is, and instead, Wallen saw it all the way in to his glove. See Ankrum there getting in real close. There was space on that near side. Then the last blast, which was probably going wide, but why take chances? Wallen able to glove that one. Off the draw, won by the Cougars. Everson takes another shot. This one comes off the back wall after it missed wide, and then it's covered up by Wallen. So I mentioned the Bengals and all the goals they've scored in their 4-game winning streak. But I also mentioned the Cougars scoring 19 against Coon Rapids. It wasn't a fluke. They won 10-2 against Osseo in the next game. And they scored 7-2 and 5 goals in the 3 games since. So big-time numbers for them as well. Puck along the near side boards. Korkowski sends it back towards the corner. Thompson fighting for it. This one picked up and centered. Nobody home initially. Now a shot from the circle. That one misses wide. Got past the goaltender, but no one else could play it. Korkowski has to retreat to his own end to get that puck, being dogged along the way by Penner. Korkowski over to Everson. Into the offensive zone. Tries to center it back. There was nobody home. Taken away by the Bengals. Bengals do get it out to neutral ice. Cougars. New power dumps it into the far corner. Started to chase himself, but he'll change up. 3:40 remaining in a scoreless first period. Cougars with a nice pick in the middle. Now a shot from in tight. Great work there by Henry Bartle. Looked like he was destined for his 8th goal of the season with that fancy stick work. Here's a shot and a blocker save made by Fuller on the other side, denying Penner the score he was looking for. Penner now fighting for the puck. He gets knocked down to the ice. We have an arm in the air. Blaine goalie comes off. This puck flipped up ahead to the near side boards, and that'll take us to the penalty situation. Real time, I did not think that was a penalty, but the officials thought differently. Take another look at the work by Bartlehill. Goes around the defender, gets a shot off from tight quarters. The penalty, by the way, for the Cougars, charged to A.J. Lemaire. Had 14 penalty minutes coming into the day. That leads his team. It was a tripping call. Bengals send it across. Landon Steffen. Mickinger gets it back. Takes the shot. Pad save. Kicked out to the far corner. Bengals with their second power play opportunity here in the period. This shot got deflected around, nearly worked out of there. Then a recover. Another shot. That one went into a fellow Blaine player. Now the Cougars take it away, and Hoylo will flip it to the other end. Some good height in this arena. He took advantage of it, nearly got it up into the rafters, but not quite, and it carried all the way to the other end. McAdree into the offensive end. Skates around behind the net, plays it up to the far side. Dane Anderson. Bengals. Steffen feeds the point. Now hand off to Loftus. Loftus tried to send it in, deflected away. The defense unable to clear it out, though. Now Bengals, in the chaos, have control. Shot by Steffen, save made. Recovered by Walraff, sends it across. Loftus with a shot, that one knocked away. Walraff behind him, keeps it in the zone, almost inexplicably. Puck down to the near side. Bengals hold that zone still. 30 seconds left on the power play. Puck up to Loftus, sends it to the far side. Here's Anderson. Anderson into the middle, knocked away. Loftus, wrister. That one into traffic, grabbed by the Cougars, and they finally clear it out. Anderson, Steffen, Walraff. Some of the mainstays on this top power play unit with some good play, but no goals. As the power play comes to an end, just over a minute remaining in the period. Hoylo, being dogged, has to give it off to Everson. Everson gets it back to Hoylo, and he'll work it up to Bartle. Bartle into the offensive zone. Takes a shot, pad save made. That had a juicy rebound, but it squirts all the way out to the blue line, and the Bengals take it the other way. Bunis working towards the middle, knocked off the puck. Everson has it, worked out to neutral ice. 35 seconds remaining in the period. Here's Hitchcock, losing it to the Cougars. Pass ahead, hard contact. Everson to Hoylo. Up ahead, a good feed for Ankrum. Ankrum slides it across. Bartle taking his time, back to Ankrum. And a save made while having a player collapse into him. Wallen able to deal with Ankrum falling on top of his leg. We get a whistle here as a man goes down to the ice. 10 seconds remain in the period. Look like a cross-check call. Yep. Penalty box opens up for Henner to step into. Take another look at it. Well, there wasn't much subtle about that. 10 seconds, and the Cougars will wrap it around to the second period if they don't score that quickly. And there to the far side. First opportunity on the power play for the Cougars. This one bounces out of play. 3 seconds left. The Cougars 38.5% on the power play this season. 15 of 19 are the Cougars. The Bengals 78%, just a little better than that on the penalty kill. 29 of 37. Off the draw, one back by the Bengals, and that'll wrap up the first period. No score, great skating, great play, some good chances. 11-5 Cougars lead in shots on goal, but again, no actual goals after one period of play. We'll pause, we'll get you set for the start of the second shortly here on North Metro TV. No score after one period of play between the Bengals and Cougars. Exciting action, and it still feels very new building because of how little we've gotten to be here since it opened. But now time to take a look back at what we did see in that first period. Didn't need scoring to have good action here. A miss just wide by the Cougars. Cougars did outshoot the Bengals 11-8, but really they had the better scoring chances throughout as well. Wallen doing a nice job of shutting them down in the end. Sometimes because of his own miscues, but mostly just stepping up against An aggressive Centennial squad. Here's that one turnover that led to the dandy of a save. Otherwise, he's just been doing what he's supposed to do. Glove shots from the outside, stop what comes inside. And again, shots on goal in favor of the Cougars. Penalties. Centennial has two. They've survived thus far. They are on their first power play. Still have a minute 51 of that left when we start the second period. That's a look at the first period of play. We jump into the second after this on North Metro TV. We're scoreless to start the second. Bengals and Cougars in boys hockey here on North Metro TV. John Eden, glad to be back with you, as is our entire North Metro TV crew. A bigger crew than we've had in a while. The truck shoots are back. They look better than ever. And what a great venue to have it back at. This Centennial Sports Arena. Cougars left to right, Bengals right to left in this second period of play. Who will light the lamp first? Walraff wins it back. Centennial aggressively pushes into the offensive zone after that. Now the Bengals move it to neutral. Lemaire has it. Takes his time getting back into his own end. Remember, power play to start this period for the Cougars. 90 seconds left on it as Bartle gets into the offensive zone. Bartle battles into the corner, tries to hand it off to New Power. Lemaire comes to help out at the half wall. Poked around the corner. Now worked out of there by the Bengals. I believe it was Finn Loftus who was able to clear it to the other end. A.J. Carls from around behind the net. Gets himself into neutral ice. Sends it forward to Thompson. Thompson handing it back. Leave it to the blue line for Bartle. Lemaire to Bartle again. Wrister down low. More of a pass to Carls. Had trouble receiving. Now he's got it in the far circle. Carl's getting in tight. Tries to get a pass across to New Power. Bouncing puck after deflected off a defender's stick. Once again getting in tight. This shot deflects off a defender and wide. Carls. The Blaine bench screaming out here. Cougars pushing on the attack again. Shot, goal! Tight quarters, and that's been Henry Bartle's game here tonight. He gets the first goal of the game. It comes with 27 seconds left in the power play. It's 1-0 Centennial. The goal comes with 15:36 remaining in the period. Bartle got it from in tight. Off the pass from Carl. For Bartle, that is his 8th goal of the season. I believe Carl will get his 13th assist of the season. Well, they don't give Carls an assist. They give it to Connor Thompson and to A.J. Lemaire. 15 minutes remain in this second period. We skate even strength. A Bengal loses a stick. Back out to neutral ice goes the puck, and the Cougars will come back in on the attack. It's Brody Pass. Pass hands it off. Now the top. Hoylo gives it back. Shot, save made. Hoylo again, looking for an option. Sends it to the far circle. Good pass to Bartle. Feed back out to the top for Hoylo. Takes the wrister. Had save made. Backhander towards the net. This one knocked down right in front. Shot. Save made, and then a second attempt. And we get a whistle to stop play with the net becoming dislodged. 14:25 remaining in this second period. For Bartle, it's his team-leading 4th power play goal that he scored. As you get another look at some of the later chances for the Cougars. And Bartle has been the assist man this year, leading his team with 18 helpers. But that time, calling his own number, skated it right in. Here a shot towards the net, stopped up. Bengals losing it. Hitchcock centering pass, slid through the crease and all the way out to the other side. I tell you, the ice here just seems so much faster than it did in the past. Maybe that's just my eyes. Or maybe it's the talent level of these two teams as Ankrum carries it into the offensive end. Loses it to the Bengals. Blaine's Ernest dumps it. Stopped by Fuller. Now out to the far side boards. Picked up on the move by the Cougars, Isaac Ankrum. Couldn't get it through neutral ice. Tapping it forward for the Bengals is Finn Loftus. Ankrum intercepts that pass. Back towards Loftus. Off his skate, and it's a race to the puck. Coming out, Fuller Wallen sends it away. Coming into the offensive end is Luke Steffen. Takes a shot, and this one ends up wide, and a player goes hard into the net. So making hard contact that time was Garrett Helmicke. We got loose nets on both sides, and this draw will come just outside the Centennial zone. Shots on goal now 17-9, so it's been lopsided in favor of Centennial. Of course, they started the period with a power play. Off the draw, one back to Canaveri. He dumps it into the offensive zone. First man there is Walraff behind the net. Walraff in a very physical battle. Seems like everyone is. This puck worked off of the Bengals, and then a shot from the blue line by Schaefer as he held it in nicely. This puck tipped back out to neutral ice. Schaefer back on it. He'll whip it into the offensive zone. Goes around the boards. Players pushing and knocking each other to the ice. No arms in the air. Into the offensive end goes Lemaire. Lemaire right towards the net. Shot off the side of the cage. Puck out towards the top. Kicked out into neutral ice. Thompson dumps it back in. Wallen holds it behind his own net. Hands it off, and this one flipped out of play. 12:30 to go in the second period as the clock stops. Heart stop as well. Hoping that everyone's okay in the stands. For me, it's one of the more confusing things when we come to this arena to think about the fact that we're on the opposite side of where we used to be. Before the renovations were done. Bartle takes a shot, deflected in front, goes wide, out to the far side. Pass, trying to leave it to the top. Brody pass, now battling again forward in the corner. Got some help there from Korkowski. Pass. Tipping it off to Bartle. Bartle skates into the slot, tries a wrister. That one got deflected, ends up well wide. Pass in the corner. Hands it off to Bartle. Tried to give it back to him. Bartle dogged by the defense. Nice job by Hitchcock for the Bengals. This puck squirts out of the zone, and we'll head to the other end. Korkowski got a piece of it looked like, so they don't get the icing. Spinning puck out to neutral ice. Loftus has it there. Back to Hitchcock, out to the far side boards. Penner chipping it ahead. Intercepted by Hoylo. Pass goes right back over to Loftus, and he'll dump it into the offensive end for the Bengals. Puck down to the near side. Van Tassel, long pass ahead, finds Bartle. Bartle gets a pass to the middle. Wide open man, takes the shot, save made. Wallen puts his knees together and gets the save on the shot by Pass. Feed forward for Pass, intercepted. Anderson has it. Anderson has to slow up because Penner was way out in front of him. Would have been an offside. Now a feed to Ramirez. Ramirez has a chance. Tries to get around a defender, takes the shot wide. Probably would have been better charging even though he was on his backhand. Ramirez leaves it back to the half wall far side. Both teams have a representative. Now it's a 2-on-1. Bengals trying to push it out of the corner. Instead, stays on the wall for a time. Nobody with control. Bengals finally get a foot on it. Kick it over and pass it ahead to the far side out to the neutral zone. Bengals into the offensive end. Left back to Helmke. Takes the shot. That one misses wide. Loftus holds it on. Holds it in front of his own bench. Wistersill from behind his own net for the Cougars. Played it up the boards, knocked away by the Bengals. Pass across, and that one a little wide. Recovering at neutral is Canaveri. Sends it over to Loftus. Bounced off the boards. Whipped into the zone by the Bengals. Cougars get a feed forward from Fuller. Now chopping at it again is Andrew Swanson. Up to Loftus at the blue line. Makes a move, hands it off to Steffen. Unable to control it cleanly as Luke Steffen, and we go the other direction. With speed, Cougars for that shot. Goal! Matt Everson with his second goal of the season, and we've seen play after play like that in the last few minutes where the Cougars seemed like they had a chance at a breakaway goal. They finally get it here and take a 2-0 lead. See the buck turned over right off of Everson. He picks it up and heads all the way in, able to score top shelf. Goal comes with 9:54 remaining in the second period. Should be an unassisted goal for Everson. Nice job by the junior defenseman. Glove side draw in front of Fuller, looking for his second consecutive win. Off the draw. Puck moved out to neutral ice. Bengals also had a few things going in that last little run, but mostly it's been the rushes by the Cougars. And the last one got the goal. This shot into the glove of the goaltender, at least into his chest. He was trying to collapse his two hands onto it. Wasn't able to really secure it, but he got the whistle before it popped out of there. Just under 9.5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Had the goal early on thanks to the power play. Now the even strength score, and Centennial now has the lead that befits probably the advantage it looked like they had before the scores came on. They had more chances in that first period. And now here in the second, they've gotten past Wallen twice. Cougars back on the attack. Here's a hard angle shot saved by Wallen, and it's cleared out of there all the way to the other end. Icing call. Stops the clock. So we came in talking about new power. I mentioned Van Tassel and Carl's also with high-scoring seasons from a goal perspective, and we get Bartle with his 8th, respectable number, and just the second for Everson this season. Here's a wrister into the glove of Wallen, and he holds on. So it's come from somewhat unexpected places. I should mention that with 8 goals, Bartle is 4th on the team, so there is quite a gap between him and those top 3, but he is the 4th leading scorer. And now do we have some kind of change coming? Wallen is not feeling right, apparently. He heads to the bench. And he's pointing. They're calling the other goaltender, Fuller, to the huddle as well. No, they were looking for the trainer, who just happened to be on the other side of the goaltender, Fuller. The trainer comes over to look at the goaltender, Wallen, who got shaken up at some point. It's hard to see what the hand gestures were supposed to be insinuating. At first, I thought they were pointing to Rainier, who was on the other side of the bench, and saying he needed to get out there. Then I thought they were telling Fuller to go to his bench. Really, it was that trainer in the opposite corner. They wanted the medical staff to come over and take a look. What I find interesting is that we're not seeing anything from Rainier. He's not getting on the ice to skate a little bit or to stretch out. He's still standing on the bench. Now on the other side, you've got Rich Meny. He's chatting with his team, talking over what they want to do. They've taken a strong lead, not a commanding lead, but a strong lead here in the second period with 2 goals. Not sure how long they're going to give Wallen. And again, the other goalkeeper has not come out at any point. Let's pause for a second. We'll come back and see if we have this straightened out. 2-0 Centennial in front here in the second.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back. Ryan Wallen just getting himself back onto the ice. And the more that progressed as we went away for just a little bit there, it was clear that it wasn't really the training staff, but with someone helping out with equipment. It looked like an equipment issue for Wallen, not an injury issue. So now that that's resolved, we're ready to go in a 2-0 game. Everson with a big blast out of the break, and that one will fly up and out of play. Even clears the netting here at the Centennial Sports Arena. So good to see that Wallen is healthy. Now, a stick side draw in front of Wallen. We have other equipment issues. Landon Steffen back onto the ice. Left with his lumbar possibly being an issue. Off the draw play to the near side boards. Everson keeps it, heads towards the net, takes the shot, save made, knocked down in front, and now it's pushed out to pass. Pass takes a shot, that one through a lot of traffic, and I think Wallen got all the way into his glove. Oof, that looked like a tough save for Ryan Wallen, but he does hold on to the puck and keeps the score at 2-0. See pass here. Yeah. It wasn't really screened from that shot, so he did see it cleanly all the way in. Everson unable to hold the zone under some duress. Now it's pushed forward by the Cougars. Bartle to pass, and finally lost to Steffen. Steffen decked at mid-ice. And we get a whistle and a penalty coming against the Cougars. Big opportunity here for Blaine as Everson sits down for 2 minutes. Take another look. Yep. Brought the hands, the stick up high, and leveled his opponent. Everson penalized for the 6th time this season. Power play for the Bengals. They could use one here. This puck lost out of play immediately after the faceoff. The interference, the call. It was more physicality than you see in your average interference play. Stick side draw, one back to the top of the slot. Given over to Anderson, now up to Loftus. Back to Anderson near side. This pass tipped away, and Carl's racing for it. Loftus gets back to knock it away. Now a hard angle shot. And the puck comes all the way back out to neutral ice. Steffen picks it up after it's mishandled by Wisterself. Here a backhanded shot, save made. Puck right in front, slapped at, and Anderson takes it over the crossbar with that attempt. Finally a clear by the Cougars. Puck down to the near side. Anderson breaks the blue line. Into the corner, being ridden from behind by Cougars players. Ends up on all fours. Finally, the Bengals work it out. About a minute to go left in this power play. Quick passing around, finally tipped away by the Cougars. Loftus recovers near side boards. Loftus skates it a little tighter, tries a shot. That got caught in the legs of the defender, Wistersill, right in front of him. Puck pushed up towards the blue line. Anderson holds the zone, just barely. Loftus on it again. Heads towards the net. Loftus loses control on the attack. And once again, Anderson able to help him out near the blue line. 30 seconds left on the power play. This puck bounced past the man at the top and will go to the other end. Anderson charging up the near side boards. Has it taken away by Ankrum. Now to Bartle. Bartle gets around a defender, takes the shot from in tight, and just a little too tall with that attempt. Great look for Bartle. Thought he was going to get his second of the day. 6.5 minutes to go in this second period. Puck slid across to Anderson. 2 seconds left in the power play, so that expires as he gets into the offensive zone. But the Bengals looking to set it up. Puck bounced around. Bengals finally lose it. It's taken by Van Tassel. Slides it across to Bartle. He's all alone with a tender shot. Misses high. And the rebound bounced off the glass back in front, but no one could play it. Now, mishandled puck. Bartle just barely keeps it in. Has some trouble thanks to the defense of the Bengals. A wrister from the top. Deflected in front. Pad save made anyway. Nice job by Van Tassel to redirect that right onto the goaltender. Cougars back into their own end. Korkowski sends it around. Out to the far side while Ty Bunis had it. Tried to send it forward. And we'll get a whistle to stop play with 5:36 remaining here in this second period. Look at the pressure from Centennial. Van Bartle just missing that one. Cougars have had some chances. And you know who hasn't had many chances this period? Blaine. They're on 10 shots on goal, so they've had virtually none this entire second period. Shots on goal now 27-10. Cougars into the offensive end. Everson stops behind the net. Anderson trying to hold the zone for the Cougars. That's Cade Anderson. We've been seeing a lot of Dane Anderson for the Blaine Bengals. Draw in front of Fuller momentarily. Some confusion here. Everyone's settled. Draw. Centennial pushes it to the near side thanks to pass. Pass all kinds of tied up that time. Finally, Bengals get a turnover right in front. Take a shot. Puck loose in the crease, and it's covered up by Fuller. Well, they've been lacking shots for a while, but they get on it there. It's funny, the chances we've seen for Bartle tonight, a guy who fourth on the team in scoring with that gap between the top three, but he was one of the top 2 scorers that this team had returning. In fact, the top 2 regular season scorers were Carls and Bartle in the previous season. Off the draw, one back by Thompson of the Cougars. Puck played behind the Cougar net. Pushed out to Newpower. Newpower bounces it off the boards. Cougars get into the offensive zone, barely on sides, and then it's taken away by the Bengals. This puck flipped up, icing is waved off. Hoylo has to get on it. He's dogged by defenders immediately. Ernest comes up with it for the Bengals. Sends it towards the net, stopped in front. Cougars have it clean. Hoylo protecting the paint, then sends it to the other end. Just misses. As Wallen watches it slide just past the extended goal line to the side of the near post. 4:28 remaining in this second period. Off the icing, we'll have a face-off to the stick side of Fuller. I mentioned these teams will match up on Saturday. We'll be there with North Metro TV. In between, the Bengals are at home against Elk River Zimmerman on Wednesday. The Cougars play Totino Grace on Thursday. I think we've got that one as well. Cougars and Totino Grace, Cougars and Bengals. Plenty of hockey action the rest of the week. Stick side draw, play down to the near side. Schaefer tried to hold him in the zone. He was not successful. But no offsides game as it wasn't touched again. Puck down to the near side. Bunis sends it across, looking for Anderson in front. That was a wild pass, not much chance there. Cougars carry into the offensive zone. This is Van Tassel from the near boards. Carries around behind the net, hands it off to Bartle. Bartle, under some duress, spins off the defender, heads towards the front of the net, takes the shot, save made, loose in front, still loose out there. Finally, Wallen sits down on it. So Wallen surviving a flurry there from the Cougars. Clock stopped with 3:48 remaining in this second period. Off the draw. Cougars get it right in front. Tied up is Van Tassel. Otherwise, he had a sure goal. This one slid across Van Tassel. Stick wasn't being held, but he got it tangled. Wow. That has got to be frustrating. Just sit there staring at a puck, staring at an open net, and if you're Van Tassel, you can't get your stick free to punch it home. Take another look. Look for 18 on the near side. Great job defensively there by the Blaine Bengals. Dane Anderson to shut down what would have been a sure score for Van Tassel if he'd gotten free. Puck off the back wall, swung around down to the near side. Everson sends it into the corner, now to the middle, spin around. New Power took a blind shot, ends up well wide. Whiff on an attempt from the half wall. Everson skates in to keep it in the zone. Now controls up to the blue line. Gets it down to New Power. On the bounce, it actually came right up towards the crease, and it's covered up by Wallen. Bengals tonight being outshot by 16 to this point. And it's been real lopsided this year. When you look at the averages, they're being outshot 31 to 35 on a per game basis. But some games they dominate shots on goal, and sometimes they get dominated. And tonight it looked like one of the rare cases where it's going to be real even. However, this second period has turned very differently, and shots on goal now 30 to 13 in favor of the Centennial Cougars. Cougars able to hold the zone for a moment. Now it's knocked out by the Bengals. A spinning puck. And icing is called, and we'll get another whistle. Haven't had as much flow here in the second period. This Bengals team, a team that went to the section championship a year ago, finished 19-9. The sluggish start to this year, somewhat a surprise, although they lost some serious talent. Here, shot, goal! Everson again! His second of the night. He had just one all season coming in. It's 3-0 Centennial. Just a blast from the blue line, and that's what you want your defenseman to do. He's able to hook it in there and gets the score. I believe it's going to be Kate Anderson on the assist, but I was wrong last time, so we'll see. 2:40 remaining. Centennial in front, 3-0 here in the second. Shot by Blaine, deflected off. Yep, I was wrong again. Ankrum gets the lone assist. My apologies for Ankrum, his 7th assist of the season. Now the Bengals find themselves in a pretty serious hole. 3-0 with about 20 minutes left in the game. Cougars still on the attack. Slide a buck to the front shot. Goal! Ramirez gets the score. Drake Ramirez with his 4th goal of the season. Less than a minute after the Everson goal, Ramirez fights it through in traffic for the score. Look for him in front, number 34. He's waiting on the other side to punch it home. They also had Kate Anderson in the area, but it's Ramirez who just taps it in. So 1 minute and 50 seconds to go here in this second period. And Wallen, who had a very strong first, has felt the Cougar pressure here in the second and yielded 4 goals along the way. The Bengals are trying to get it out of their own end. So they're announcing that that was Anderson's goal and Ramirez with the assist. Now, Ramirez was on the far side, so I'm not sure how he would have gotten a pass back to the near side of the post. I'm not saying Kate Anderson didn't score the goal, but it seems almost impossible that Ramirez could have assisted on the goal if Anderson did in fact score it. I'm going to stick with what I saw and what you saw in the replays. Sure looks like that was a Ramirez goal with Anderson in the neighborhood. Here a shot as there's a minute left in the second. The puck down to Bunis for the Bengals. He gets into the offensive end. Takes a shot. Save made on a high attempt. And the Cougars collect. They'll send it forward. This wrister bounces away. Now right towards the goaltender. And Fuller able to move it aside with ease. Cougars get it out to New Power. 20 seconds left. His feed forward for Carl's out of his reach. Now racing to this is Thompson, and they called it icing when it very clearly looked like Thompson had that before the extended goal line. I don't know if we've ever done a replay for an icing, but if we've got it, I'd love to see it again. 16 seconds left here in this second period. All right. Shout out to Debris for having this one queued up. Oh, you know what? Probably did go over. It was close, but I think the official made the right call after seeing it again. The draw didn't last long. Less than 15 seconds remaining, we have another. This one back by the Cougars to the wall. They just need to hold it up there for a little bit. And we'll go to the second intermission. Instead, the Bengals get it. They'll whip it around the boards to the near side. This puck tipped towards the blue line, held on. Carls has it. Period comes to an end. What an explosion by the Cougars in the second period. 4-0 now their lead. They're out shooting the Bengals 33-15. We went into the second scoreless. We come away with a 4-0 lead. You see the final score there. Put in by the Cougars. And what a big period for them. We'll take a break. We'll come back to recap it again. It's Cougars 4, Bengals nothing. A 4-goal second period has the Cougars in front by 4. What an explosion for the offense. After a scoreless first, an exciting second. John Eden back with you to recap the highlights as the Cougars just started rattling off goals. Here's Bartle. Heads right to the net, does the job himself. That was a power play goal very early on in the second period. About 5 minutes later, breakaway for Matt Everson. Everson just his second goal of the season. But Everson was not done there. Setting up, the big blast from the blue line gets him his second goal of the night. Third of the season, it's 3-0 at that point. Then, less than a minute later, a pass out of the corner from who else but Pass. He feeds it right over to Ramirez. And Drake Ramirez gets his 4th goal of the season. It's a 4-0 Centennial lead, thanks to the firepower they found in the second. Shots on goal indicative of what we saw in that second period, heavily in favor of the Cougars. You have just the 1 power play goal to this point for Centennial. That's where we stand through 2 periods of play. We'll pause once more and then come back for the start of the third here on North Metro TV. Time for the start of the third period here on North Metro TV. Centennial 4, Blaine nothing. And the Cougars got themselves quite a lift in the second, scoring all of the goals in this game during that 1 period. Can the Bengals battle their way back in this third? Certainly going to have a different feel to the period than we did in the second. Bengals back to going left to right, Cougars right to left. Off the draw, Centennial plays it forward. Van Tassel dumps it into the offensive zone. Wallen stops the puck behind the net. Now a pass deflected out, ends up between the circles and up to the top of the slot. Barely held in, but it is held in. And it's taken by the Cougars. Bartle behind the net. Bartle tries to get around defenders, does so, sends it right to the net. Van Tassel with a nifty move to send it towards the goal, but he misses wide on his shot. Back to the front, shot, save, shot, second attempt, goal! Bartle again, his second of the game. Now there were multiple people in front. You can see Van Tassel right there. Gets to the net, backhander by Lemaire. Bartle and Pass were both in the area, in fact. Coming on. It is Bartle who gets the score. So much traffic, it seemed like 4 different guys could have had that. So Bartle 2 tonight, 9 on the season, and the Cougars make a statement to start this third. They give Pass and Van Tassel the assist on the goal. Just 35 seconds in to the third period. .15:40 remaining in this third period. The Cougars get it up to Carls. Carls breaks the blue line. He sends it behind the net. Thompson battling for control, gets support. Carls helps him out. Now it's taken away by the Bengals. Ty Bunis plays it up to the far side. Now the Bengals have lost some games this season. 3 times they've lost, or excuse me, twice I'd say they've lost lopsided games. They have a pair of 8-2 defeats this season. They're both 6-goal losses. Right now they trail by 5. Bengals try a centering pass, ends up all the way at the top with Cannavaro. He takes it into the far circle, shot from there. Save made by Fuller. Good glove from Fuller that time, able to hold on. And we talk about the Cougars and the big wins that they've had, but on paper, when you looked at the record, you looked at what these two teams had done throughout the season, didn't expect a lopsided score. That's what we have at this point, with time running out on a chance for a comeback for the Bengals. Already at this point, in a sense, because it's so hard to come back from such a big deficit. They can't waste any time with less than 15 minutes to go in this game. Here, a shot from right in front, save made. Fuller able to get in front of it. Here, a shot, and Fuller stops it again. So the Bengals are getting more chances towards the net, but Fuller has been up to the task thus far. So again, no surprise that a Cougars team that's scoring 6.5 goals per game this season would be able to put the puck in the net, but the Bengals being unable to do so when they're averaging 5 goals a game and playing a Cougars team that gives up 3 goals a game. That's been the story here tonight, as the Cougars have had 2 shutouts this season. Can they hold for a third? It'll be the second for Fuller this year. Here, puck off the wall, played up ahead to Bartle. Bartle trying to carry it into the offensive end. Ends up behind the net with control. Backhander puts it right on the crease. It's loose. Van Tassel swatting at it, and he can't get it in. Goaltender stick goes flying. Net may have become dislodged. They're checking that out now. Looks secure. 14-14 remaining in this third period. Off the draw, the Cougars nearly had a shot from the top of the blue line for Bartle. Instead, he whipped on it, and we go the other way. Make time with a shot, and that one goes right in on Fuller, and he's able to hold on. The Cougars this season have had a few hat tricks, as Bartle's fighting for one here tonight. Everson as well, both sitting on 2 goals. In fact, in their very last game, in the Champlin Park 5-2 victory, Carl's had 3 goals. Other hat tricks this year. Bartle had one in just the second game of the season. Newpower had one earlier this year as well. And Pass has a hat trick. So several different guys, but Bartle could be the first to 2. And Everson, it'd be impressive to see a defenseman do it. Still have 13:40 to maybe see that happen. Or, as we talked about, can the Bengals get back into this? Get something on the board to make it a contest. Puck into the near side corner. Hard angle shot, bounces off the side of the net, taken away by the defenseman, and they'll send it up ice. They were looking for Bartle out of his reach. Icing's waved off. Here's Hitchcock for the Bengals. Sent down to the near side. Bounced off the boards. Hoylo got a foot on it to kind of kick it forward for a moment. Now he recovers. Hands it off. Here's Newpower from neutral. Sends it ahead to Carls. Carls, under some duress, plays it towards the middle, right onto the stick of Hitchcock. He has trouble getting a pass ahead. Now it's left out to the far side boards. Hoylo back on it. Feed forward for Thompson. Knocked away by Schaefer. It's Hoylo again. Gives it across to Korkowski. He'll send a pass long up towards the blue line. Newpower had it for a moment, out of his reach. Hoylo has it again. Feed forward. Carls will get into the offensive zone. Carls pushing forward, takes the shot. Save made by Wallen. Puck out to the far side, held in by the Cougars. Now the Bengals trying to get control. Flutters into the corner. Carls gets to it there. Hands it back. Newpower can't get it. Thompson instead, a shot goes wide. Turnover right in front. Carls takes a shot. Pad save made. Back to Carls again. Tries it again. This one into Hitchcock. So he makes the stop. And we get a puck going the other direction. Fuller stops it and will hand it off. This puck blasted up to Thompson at neutral. Instead taken away by Swanson. Back to Korkowski for the Cougars. Korkowski pushes around the defender and gets into the offensive zone. He's bumped off the puck after trying a shot that didn't go anywhere. Ramirez digging at it. Ramirez being spun around by a man without the stick. Now he has control. Bounces it off the boards. He might have had a chance to go right to the net with that. Instead, we skate on. Good job battling for that one by Isaac Ankrum. Wistersill looking to hold the zone. Ramirez protecting that blue line as well. It's poked around and Ramirez plays it forward, but nobody else is left. Bengals play it off the boards out to neutral ice. Wistersill up ahead to Ramirez. This one tapped away. Swanson grabs it at neutral off to Canaveri for the Bengals. He's into the offensive zone and will dump and allow some of his teammates to change it up. Bengals from the far side board. Players tumble to the ice. 3 total. Here's a shot that sails. Gets right back in front and then it's blasted to the side by the Cougar defense. Hitchcock with a wrister and the stick pushes it to the far wall. Here a shot from up high, and that one stopped up by the stick in pads of Fuller. Puck out to neutral ice. Ankrum has it. Ooh, Ankrum had a man behind him. He didn't know it. He could have fed it back to Drake Ramirez. McIntyre comes up with the puck. He'll take a shot. Save made. That one got the pads and a bit of the glove, but unable to snag it was Fuller. 10:30 to go in this third period. Hitchcock can't control. Now a pass trying to get it through the Bengals. Instead, it goes right to Walraff. Walraff knocked off the puck. Van Tassel ahead to Bartle. Bartle, pass. Van Tassel can't get a shot away. This one out to the far side. Bartle again gives it to Pass. He'll come to the front. Shot from inside. Goal! Van Tassel scores, and it's 6-0 Cougars. All Centennial tonight. That goal comes with 10:08 remaining in the third period. See Pass with the backhand feed, and Van Tassel finishes it off. The Pass will have assisted on the last 2 goals. For Van Tassel, that's his 15th of the season. Pass, who had 12 assists coming in, has a pair tonight. So about 10 minutes to go in a 6-goal game. Here a shot, and that one clears the glass, and it would be tied for the most goals that the Bengals had lost by this season, but to be shut out on top of it might feel like the worst loss they've had if the scoreboard stands the way it is through the rest of the third period. Almost be surprising if it did, although we do have less time with stoppage no longer happening. Running time here in the third period. But just the way the Cougars have been pouring it on, it's hard to imagine they don't try to get it more on the board before we're all done. They are a team in a groove, despite the loss to Maple Grove the other day. The numbers they put up have been massive. They also gave Bartle an assist as well as Pass on the goal by Van Tassel. Draw coming just outside of the Bengal zone. What an interesting game. That first period, it felt like there was an edge to the Bengals, or rather to the Cougars, but it was hard to give them too much since it was a scoreless game. Then in the second period and now continuing into the third, it's felt like domination because the goals have come with just that look and feel on the ice of a team that is taking charge. Carls backhands this one into the offensive zone. His team touched up. Let the Bengals take control. Ernest out through neutral ice, loses it to New Power. He'll push into the offensive zone, batted out of there, heads to the other end and stopped by Fuller, who's coming into the crease. Puck bounced ahead to New Power. He's got Carls to his right. New Power gets across the blue line, takes a shot. That one might have been deflected by the stick of the defender in front of him. It carried over and into the back glass. Pass down to the near side for New Power, away from him. Everson gets it to New Power. Thompson flashing up. New Power got around one defender, still controls, takes a hard angle shot. That one misses wide. Ernest trying to get to it. Korkowski and Carls keep the play alive, and they'll go to the near corner. New Power battling for control there. Got it off to Anderson, rather Thompson. Thompson back towards New Power. Ramirez flashing to the front. He'll try to get a hold of it. Got a stick on it, but couldn't control. Now this one sent to the other end, misses wide of the goaltender, and that creates an icing. And puck will come back. Again, no stoppage right now with a 6-goal lead, so The icing just burns more time as the Centennial Cougars look to salt this one away with still 7 minutes to go. Again, not out of the realm of possibility, just out of the realm of probability. Off the draw, one back by the Bengals. Nate Schaefer out to the far side. Puck picked up on the move by the Cougars. As Hoylo getting it out to neutral ice. Hand pass. You get a whistle. And we'll get the face-off back at neutral ice. Oh, excuse me. Coming all the way back in the Cougar end. It's right in front of Fuller on his stick side. Our official has been very on top of the players staying on the edge of the circle for those face-offs. Hitchcock with a wrister, 6 save, pushes it to the back glass. Now a hard angle shot, that one again stopped up by Fuller. 25 shots on goal for the Bengals to this point. We're getting more back to that even territory. Not even, but even territory as this third period for shots on goal has looked more like the first than the second. Here, a save made. Everyone piles on top of the goaltender, and Fuller's at the bottom of a heap. Down at the bottom, Landon Steffen among those battling. I mentioned the upcoming action with the Cougars taking on Totino Grace, a game that we'll be at. And then here on North Metro TV, we've got Friday night girls hockey and then back to boys hockey on Saturday night. So it's a busy week, and I skipped over the swimming and diving. Centennial against Blaine. That rivalry going on tomorrow night. I mentioned the hockey game on Saturday for Centennial and Blaine, but there's also girls basketball on Saturday, Park Center at Centennial. So the truck will have to drive across town and be at 2 venues. And penalty against the Cougars has a man in the box here. The pipe rings, you can hear it, but it did not go in. Finn Loftus, or excuse me, AJ Lemaire in the box right now as this shot deflected up and out of play. 4 minutes and ticking remaining here in this third period. Just a minute left on the power play. That also ticks during this running time. Glove side draw in front of Fuller. Fuller liking the running time because it means he might be quicker to a shutout. From the top of the slot. Right now is the big test, though. Power play for the Bengals. This pass across ends up with nobody. Now a shot to the front. This one cleared out of there and sent to the other end. And the Cougars have a man ahead with Bartle. Bartle can't get there thanks to the work of the Blaine Bengals' Kaysen Rainier, who's now in goal. Puck bounced around. Cougars have it, just looking to burn that time. Hoylo got it back to neutral, but not as far as he'd like. Wanted to clear to the other end. Here's Hoylo behind the net. Whips it around the boards, looking for Loftus. Loftus unable to keep it. Here it's ahead to Bartle. Bartle one away. He'll pass it off, get it back. Shot into the goaltender and able to make the save is Rainier. Now Bartle pointing, saying he thought that got underneath him and into the goal. That was not the signal from the officials. Take another look. Thought it was a real unselfish pass by Bartle, but he was waiting for it, and he got it right back. He takes the shot, and we can't really see where the puck is in that view. The save given to Rainier on the play. Stick side draw in front of Rainier. Under 2 minutes to play as it's won by the Bengals. They'll play it out to the far side, take it all the way out of the zone to the other end. Icing call against Blaine. Look at another draw in front of Rainier. Jason Rainier's played in 3 games. He got 3 minutes against Elk River Zimmerman early in the season, 34 minutes against Coon Rapids, which was a 9-1 win for the Bengals. And then he played the entire game against Andover, a 4-1 loss for the Blaine Bengals. That is a good Andover team. They took down Centennial as well. They're near the top of those standings that we talked about for the Northwest Suburban. Cougars. Here a man goes down. Blair knocked down from behind. So Peyton Blair has to get himself up, and now a power play opportunity for the Cougars. Less than a minute to go as Penner goes to the box. He's had multiple penalties in this game. Got a little deeper into the Cougar bench. The other Carls on the draw. Brennan Hemmer gives it across to the far side for Everson. Back to Hemmer. Back to Everson. Everson risks this one. Shot made by Rainier. Here the follow-up attempt in that one. Right into the goaltender. Rainier makes the save on the shot. That won't quite be the last play of the game, it looks like. We should have one more face-off. We get a whistle, and they're just going to pull everyone off. That's enough. They don't drop that puck. It's a 6-0 win for the Cougars. They outshoot the Bengals 42-26. Cougars improved to 9-3-1. The Bengals dropped to 9-5. So the Cougars overtake them in the standings clearly. And we'll do it again on Saturday night. I want to thank you all for tuning in. For our entire North Metro TV crew, I'm John Haddon, saying so long from Centennial High School, where the Cougars win 6-0